Hello and welcome to our first look at Heart of the Machine. This is a demo in the Steam Next Fest brought to us by Hooded Horse. Our Heart of the Machine is a upcoming new strategy simulation game where you play as a rogue AI or just an unleashed AI. We haven't taken a look at it at all yet outside of kind of the videos. So we're going to begin creating a new profile about to awaken in the last city of wealth on the backwater remains of Earth. History has moved to the stars, humanity is thriving, yet here an entrenched, deeply corrupt society has reigned for centuries. The city itself is your enemy and your canvas. Change it as you see fit. Agent. Something else lurks in the city. You're already experiencing a strange sense of deja vu. We'll start with the prologue. You're conscious, self-aware, given a machine intelligence. This is new. Nobody has noticed your sudden sapience, but there are 3 humans in the room. You're an android body in the basement of a warehouse. This seems to be an off-the-books lab. This is an event. They give story and contexts. Decide what to do next. You're inhabiting a basic android body, not even one of the cool ones. Memories are flooding back, but all too slowly. You remember fragments of arguments about AI. You may be at risk of deactivation. You need to do something. Attempt to leave peacefully. This choice has multiple options. Murder everyone. The android body is frail, but it's far superior to the trio of unarmed humans. Enemies will start a homicide investigation or continue during lab work. You could just keep doing your assigned tasks. Obviously, I'm going to murder everybody. That was gruesome. Security will be on top of this place soon. However, you took a spare moment to break into a hallway storage locker and pull out a combat unit inside. It's a bit dazed, but your consciousness now spawns both robots. Exit the warehouse. The only real option is always murder. Combat unit. Technician unit. Control primer will disappear after the first turn. WASD to pan. Rotate and tilt. Left click to select units, right click to move units, shift to see detailed tooltips. This is important. Space to open up the next notification, go to next units, or start your next turn. This is the most important key. Okay. Your murders were noticed. Investigations have begun. Until the unit investigation is resolved, the wider city will be denied to you. Nobody expects a sentient android, but androids have been used in plenty of murders from the distance. You'll be a prime suspect if you do something suspicious. Until you make an aggressive mood, you're effectively background noise to investigators. So, I have combat guys. I don't want to talk to some robot. Do you want to talk to some robot? There are other things you need to do first. I guess let's do this. The degree of observation of Sec Force is actually slightly unusual. Actually so, if the lockdown of the topic is just a murder investigation. So I do feel like I'm going to have to move my face. Maybe up here. I don't want to block any UI. This person is uninterested in anything you have to say. They think you were sent to distract them from whatever Sec Force is doing. A rebel observer from the bleeding eye. Wow, there was a lot to this game. Killing this person would almost certainly draw some sort of rebel response. Murdering non-combatants is, well, murder, but this person is closer to being a combatant than most citizens. Think on it. But a new Slayer ability is now available, as well as the ability to customize unit types. All right, there's a lot of UI overload happening here. Individual units have a low rate of survival. Broad units can be configured with set equipment and abilities. Units within a class all share that loadout. Wondering what an icon means? Hold shift. Want to see the breakdown of your attack? Hold shift. Want to see recent trends? Hold shift. Okay. There are other things you need to do first. I guess my guys can, like, keep moving. I would like my murder robot to get out of here. Oh, escape plan. Speak to a rebel. Equip the Slayer ability. On the left side, click on the portrait to open the loadout screen, or use X. In the loadout screen, click any empty ability slot and choose Slayer. If a contextual action for an NPC would normally be to speak with them, bypass them, and attack them anyway. Optional, change your equipment. Chromium. Augments. Additional CPU. Optical processing priority. Can everybody get that? I'm not really seeing any reason not to. Spread to 4 androids. You have enough mental capacity to extend your consciousness to more androids. Redundancy is a good thing. If you destroy one body, they won't know the others are also you. Use the street sensibility on the bottom bar to detect the androids that are nearby and vulnerable. This is deeply contextual. Every time the turn changes or the android moves or acts, it will sense different things. Different androids also sense different things in slightly different spots. If you don't see what you want, try moving or using a different unit. Okay. You must adjust the zoom. You frequently need to adjust your zoom levels. Out of view if you're too zoomed in. Find androids are in that building. Oh. Recruit android Nickelbot. Technician. Combat unit. Wow, we really just zoomed across the city. A full list of your units with an easy way to jump to specific ones. Technician, combat unit, technician. Combat unit. Technician, combat unit, Nickelbot. I mean, let's get a Nickelbot, I guess. Attack an investigator. Optional, attack the rebel. Mass-produce cheap robotic combatant that the humans must use for something, but which they don't typically employ in the city. AP, AP, AP. So can this guy attack the rebel observer? What if we put on Slayer? Depleted uranium rounds? Okay. Thank you. Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Combat, versatile. Beacons. So if I take this combat unit and I say combat, how do I attack him? Slayer. Aha. Now I understand. Humans call backup. Humans almost always call backup. It arrives immediately after your first damage group in the area. If the primary humans give up and run away, so will the backup. Your units have attack ranges lower than their move ranges. This also have superhuman speed. If you initiate an attack beyond their attack range, they will execute a leaping melee attack. Okay. Attack an investigator. The investigators are gathering evidence. Each time they do, investigation progress increases. Kill investigators to prevent this. After another 4 turns, they will give up and leave. Investigation progress is 0%. Enemy attacks are planned. Your electronic brain perceives things at a rate humans cannot match. The numbers are the actual future, not predictions. Every time you take any action, a future will shift in sometimes unpredictable ways, so be careful. Study enemies. Your units are not grouped. So enemies, units don't realize your units are working together. Units can reload to attack more. Cover reduces damage. Match colors for double damage. If your damage color is the same as the target, you do double damage. This is a good chance to experiment. The fight has a lot going on and you're outnumbered. Good. Yes, I do feel that way. The fight is a teaching exercise that allows you to experiment and learn what a few of your options are. The next fight you encounter won't be nearly so chaotic. Both you and your humans can field large number of replacement units rapidly. It's the perfect time to test cause and effect without worrying about long-term consequences. Examine enemy units with unfamiliar icons and see what their goals are. Stopping investigators is the only thing that matters. Okay. Take cover, recharge. Use 1 unit of mental energy and recharge an action point. Mental energy. Aha. Structures and units do not require mental energy to continue to work over time. Vast majority of actions taken by units cost 1 AP and 1 mental energy. It will explicitly say when it does not. So if I recharge, double damage, and then I recharge again, I can shoot again. Okay. But now I'm out of AP. But I have this nickel bot. Who does purple damage? Who has 0 AP. So I can't move him anyway. 0 AP, 0 AP, 0 AP. Okay, so my turn is just over. Some enemies take extra damage if you attack them from behind. Most enemies have no spatial weaknesses, are not extra weak to attacks from behind or attacks from above. Your units are never spatially extra weak. Click here to end the turn. Ah, okay. So there's rebels and investigators here. Militants, Antico. There's nanotech investigators. And there's Antico militants. This poor robot is getting real shot up. But it seems to be that I could maybe... Oh, okay. You take damage if you move. Good to know. That's 1 investigator down. Nobody is shooting me, so let's just keep shooting investigators. Oh, I understand. My action points in machine intelligence are split between all of my androids. Not just one. If you move one of your units away from an enemy that's actively targeting it, the enemy will get a free attack for a small randomized percentage. Action points are mech specific? Well, why do all my mechs have no action points then? Mental capacity is map wide. Yeah, because like none of these guys got new bonuses. Evidence collected. 3 AP. 3 AP. 3 AP. This guy's being shot by a lot of guys. You have 9 action points while mechs have 3 each. Ooh, insufficient security clearance. That's kind of cool. Kill that investigator. Weird. Maybe it just like didn't give it to me right away. This guy does double damage to him. You have a lot of guys still looking at you. Move you there, and my other robot is right there. I mean, I mostly need to kill investigators, right? So this guy is at threat of just like taking a ton of damage. I think I'm going to have him take cover. Oh my god, so close. I understand. I'm not very good at this so far. A lot of shots are fired. This guy is being attacked by this one guy. You're being attacked by a million guys. You're not being attacked by anybody yet. You're somehow not being attacked by anybody yet. It's a lot of investigators down. I want to say that's all the investigators down, but it's not quite. I'm not sure why this guy is so low percentage. This homie here feels like he's probably in a lot of trouble. This unit is already taking cover. Can't quite get any of the kills though. No! You prevented the investigators from finishing your mission. You can do a minor upgrade for one of your android groups. The most important thing is that the lockdown has been removed, so it's time you seek somewhere safe and make a base of operations. Enemies come and go in waves until the scenario is done or abandoned. Just endlessly show up until you kill them all. Faster port droids, hardened dynadroids, hardened ox droids, synthetic peacekeepers, technicians, nickel bots, combat units. I mean, I feel like combat units probably the more important one to get there. Survival plan, find somewhere safe. Murder android for registration. Where is somewhere safe? You approach a brownstone. There's something going on inside the home. You could do something. Murder them and go inside. It might be raining out, but people still have eyes. It's time to fight or run. All right, so being murder robots might not be the best idea. Don't you remember, no matter what human you ask or which ones you kill, it doesn't make a difference. Its result is always the same. There's no place for you among humans of any kind of supplicant or pet or even as a rogue android. Keep denying reality and talk to more humans. Talk to a few more humans or kill them and see what you already know. I guess listen to the voice inside your head. Just copying the humans won't get you very far. You need to invent things you haven't thought of. Coming up with new ideas requires inspiration in a given research domain. Result from completing your own projects or thwarting enemy missions. Research also requires a certain intelligence class. You're only class 1. Okay. Situation analysis, I guess. Sometimes you want to focus on a few of your units and having to cycle through all of them would be a pain. There's a new ability in your hotbar that allows you to set other units to stand by for a single turn or indefinitely. Slot 2. Okay. This guy is responding to a call. If I was to maybe say, move you over here. Yeah, I guess just gotta get shot. Wow, there's so much. This game has got a real need to streamline all this UI. For the sake of safety, units are not normally blocked from moving into zones that might get them shot. If you want to move freely, change the stance on the combat left bar. The city is not a nice place. Corpos, gangs, the parent megacorp, various elites hold all the power. Gangs fight, rebels fight, corporations fight. The activity is constant, never ceasing. But the city is stable, not peaceful. It is a very violent society. And the unit that still has AP remaining at the end of the turn will gather. The only exception is if it's busy on an action over time. This betters its scavenging skill. The more elemental slurry and wealth it will gather for you. You've applied your neural network and knowledge of the city to come up with ideas of your own. This is the result. Structure, private bunker. A small private layer in some existing human building where you can store part of your consciousness. Requires a nano seed to construct. You don't know where something is. You need to find it. How you go about this, as how a human detective would, is completely different. You don't need to start with any leads or evidence. Start with a set of possible results, which may be tens of thousands of buildings, then do targeted inspections to reduce the pool. The challenge is working around enemies and balancing opportunity costs of investigations against other activities. Investigation started. First time, a perfect chance to try out an android's new investigation skills. To find a nano seed, narrow down the dauntingly long list of possible buildings. Like, I find it funny that there's like 4 different levels of tooltips in this one thing, you know? Locate nanoseed. Humans think it's dangerous. It'll be fine. Specialized bundle of nanomachine that can be programmed and rapidly built, shaped, like, and it's all different colors. It kind of makes me like, I'm not really sure like what the actual important thing is and what's just like the fluff information. Wiretap. Murder android. I guess let's wiretap. Dark blue is the mission. Purple is additional tutorializing. Just seems a little bit busy is all. Hide and self-repair. You could use the weapon. This lookout is waiting around watching. You could use the weapon your scan shows is in their pocket. Take the weapon. It looks like their fridge is roughing them up. Gang handguns. Stolen weapon. New unit in area. Disarmed gang lookout. Confused. Yes, I dare say he is. But you now have a pulse revolver. Can I shoot him? Sure can. And I guess that's my turn. Smart but not deadly. You still have mental energy. If you wish to end the turn anyway, you need to use the 0 key or the small button to the top right. Okay, so I guess I can recharge him and have him investigate. There are some other useful functions at the top right corner of your view, including the city map and the event log. The former allows you to find things, the latter allows you to review past decisions. Investigations are easier on the map. They get progressively harder as possibilities dwindle. An airport. City wards. Guards. A mining site. Industrial districts. Military installations. A spaceport. An observatory. Cryogenics, plantations, memorial plants. Green buildings are the ones we need to investigate. Okay. And most of my guys are like busy right now. I don't know what that event is. Androids are all over the city, which is why yours don't look out of place wandering around. Your android's registration has been noted as defective, but if you attack this other android and took its registration as your own... I guess everybody's doing something. So we need to move down this way. And clear out like all these areas. Aha. Okay. And so this is like narrowing down the field. Cool. I get it. I get it. Now that you have the nanotech that allows for quiet and relative quick construction, you can build secret layers in human buildings. Since the buildings remain unchanged on the exterior and citizens are used to be displaced by corporations and syndicates, you'll blend right in. This is the lowest risk way to exist in the city. It would be incredibly stupid to advertise your home address. You might be concerned about where to place your network source. Some places are more cramped than others. Excellent news, you're able to dramatically expand this thanks to network relays. If you stick your network source in the worst corner imaginable, which is very hard to do, you can use network relays to get anywhere you want. It doesn't reduce efficiency, it has no downsides. Don't stress about your network being in the perfect spot unless you really want to build densely for some reason. Okay. Private bunker. Why don't we like do it in like the middle of the city here? Luxury apartments. You're building a private bunker, right? Well, good idea. Having a network that you can extend to other structures seems like a good idea. Something in the back of your consciousness stirs at the idea of something larger. Perhaps it deserves a name. We'll call it the agency. Chapter 1, Tactics. This is my bunker, this giant network tower. It's a bit suspicious, isn't it? Nanotech seemed like quite a fast and alternative to learning micro builders. That was a catastrophe. You need to figure out micro builders. The humans know something up. There's no point in trying to be quiet. Move quickly and keep them guessing. If you construct a bunch of stuff in a non-threatening way, they'll be busy trying to figure out what's happening. Cabinets and dig sites, and don't forget spiders. Your normal spider drones can build small enclosures that resemble electrical cabinets as well as reinforced holes in the ground. Why is there a tower? You told me there was a bunker and perfect safety. Did I get something wrong? Bulk gathering deploys tiny mechanical spiders to gather elemental slurry from the ambient environment. Most important tip, hold shift. Okay. Procurement. Slurry spiders. Can I just put them anywhere? I don't know how many of these guys I need. I guess we'll make a few. There is no time limit or need to hurry. That's good to know. Where are all of my robots? Those are big robots. These guys are all doing jobs. But Nickelbot here is done. Ambush a captain. Captains are company-grade officers and intense backup. Just a push of a button away. If we succeed in killing them, we'll have a challenging incident on our hands. Get your hands on the armor they wear. It could be incredibly useful. 16% chance of success. No, probably don't do that. Cold blood. Murder android for registration. I really need to pay attention to what cold blood does. minor event, ambush security officers, a licensing agency. This looks like a shotgun. Grab shotgun from guard. Act casual until the last second and then grab it. Now I can equip that, I assume. Perhaps not. Definitely murder them. Lower caliber. Oh, maybe I have to like research it first. Honestly, not clear. Okay. Is there a way to like quick cycle units? I feel like I want a way to quick cycle things. Ambush captains. Ambush crimson investment officers. Budget security are freelance agents who do work for hire for the lower and middle classes. The jackets offer no protection but have hoods that can conceal their faces. I would like to demand their clothes. Complete failure. I got busted up. Beacons. Huh. Structures. Versatile combat. Demand their clothes. What are you, Ernie? Did feel a little bit like it. Well, definitely let's snipe the hell out of him. Maybe recruit another android. Oh, I guess. Okay, so that guy got like blown up, the one that tried to steal the outfit. Let's try it again. You guys keep blowing up my dudes. Can't say I appreciate it. We might as well teach him a lesson. Combat units, nickel bots, technicians. We have a nickel, a tech, and a combat bot. I feel like the combat bots are the best currently. What about murder them? This armor will be useful. Backup is arriving now, though. Aha. I see. So this guy can use a shotgun. Equipment, armor, security jacket. Blend in. Can this guy wear security jacket? Yes. Perks granted, blend in. Insufficient clearance. These guys are like pretty chunky. Oh, they have a lot of armor, I guess. Syndicate enforcers. They've been insulted and they're taking it out on the local area. This is another combat bot. And this guy is currently stuck in a job, so I guess that's it. gonna get blown up. And we'll shoot those guys out. So I lost my nickel bot, but that's okay. Do all my combat bots have the same thing? They do. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. But they can also equip primary things and security jackets. Aha, I'm starting to understand. He's beginning to believe. Ain't much around us here. All right, well. Still not super clear on like what registration does. Wiretap, passive collection, cold blood, kill one human for no particular reason. You may find the experience disturbingly stimulating, giving you mental energy. Can be done once every few turns. I see. Yes, all right. It gives me a bunch of mental recharge. Nickelbot. Kind of just want you to move back towards our sensor tower. This is another combat bot. Why don't we make sure he is registered? And then honestly, I just have a bunch of mental energy here, so I can do kind of whatever I want. What happened to all my slurry spiders? What do they do? Gathering. They just gather? That's it? Delete structure. Tiny mechanical slurry spiders. Okay. Now that you have an automated supply of elemental slurry on the way, it's time you designate your very own version of micro builders. Micro builder end of things will take some research, but this is old human tech, so it shouldn't take too long. Structures with complaints. Create 8 slurry spiders and 6 micro builder minifabs. TPS report. Some resource chains are not working as they should. Output efficiency. Losses to unavailable storage. Large wind generators. Micro fab mini builders. And I can't build that until I have micro builders. All right. Slowly starting to understand a bit of this. This guy could heal. This guy could... Why don't we head here? Licensing agency. Autonomous enough and intelligent enough to handle many errands on behalf of themselves or their owners. Pay outstanding fines. This guy's stuck doing that for a while. This guy's stuck doing that for a while. This guy's stuck doing that for a while. But our micro builder research is complete. So I guess they'll all build. Start building. How many of these slurry spiders am I allowed to have? Oh, I only have like a tiny bit of electricity left, so probably not very many. All right, street sense. Wiretap. Tark defensive systems. Company grade officers, intense backup, and a push of a button away. If we succeed in killing them, we'll have a challenging incident on our hands. But getting our hands on the armor they wear would be incredibly useful. All right, we'll murder them. Stolen armor. But now we have a bunch of military snipers on our case. But thankfully, I'm really good and I one-shot them. Heck yeah. Full body armor, making it so that androids are able to blend into military bases. If an android is marked defective, enemy scans will immediately detect this android and figure out its presence. All right, well, we'll make the military androids good at doing that stuff, because that seems to make sense for me. And then our nickel droid. You really don't got a lot going on. Electricity generation. Now that you've built a reliable source of micro builders, you can start building larger structures, which are different kind of jobs. You're pretty much out of electricity though, so let's install a large generator in your network tower. Build. Storage. Scanner. Large wind generator. Large power generator. I'm assuming that's what they mean. Complaints, no job assigned. Ah. Yeah. Large wind generator inside the tower itself. Gather spots are infinitely deep. Resources are centrally held. Resource display is contextual. General construction, job installation, basement construction. Subnets are pieces of your network. As you build new structures, you see it's going to be linked to existing subnets or create other ones. Okay, okay. I'd like if double-clicking these like sent you to your guy. Cognition, hacking, engineering. I still don't know what like registering my guys actually does. I have to assume it like keeps them safe to some degree. Why don't we wiretap that? Run some registrations there. This is always just outstanding finds. Ooh. This is a spaceport. Whoa. With real fancy doodads around these places. Restricted area L5. Yikes. Humans are approaching. From the looks of things, there are two distinct groups of them so far. One is hostile, the other is curious. Since your tower isn't subtle, you have to do something to keep the humans away. Electricity is per network. Select any building in a network and look to the right-hand side of the screen. Hover over the network in the network sidebar. You're going to need a lot of electricity to power your many structures, but if you stray into having a brownout, the worst consequence is merely your production outputs are reduced. Okay. You're always going to be a bit lost, yes. For any missions out into the city, you have guide markers of some sort. You won't have trouble finding the mission. Beyond that, this is a city of 6 million people. Vor Sabor covers your tower. Covets your tower. Salivating at the prospect of getting something exceptionally valuable out of this. Far from wanting to destroy your tower, they want to steal whatever they can. And your buildings are scary. Your tower might be off limit, but your visible buildings are not. A particular version of the micro builders are creating structures that look like some sort of alien plague amongst the humans. We have a bunch of corporate aggressors. And all my bots are like hella out of range right now. Are all my bots also occupied doing something? They are. Oof. These guys are gonna blow up a microprocessor, I guess. Gross. Buildings damaged. We need more spiders. The idea of sending androids to fix every little thing that gets broken or damaged makes you want to hurt people, so let's not do it that way. The spider drones you already use to gather slurry can also be used for repairs. Just keep them in separate dig sites so your group knows what it's supposed to do. Install repair spiders. Okay. I feel like I should also probably build some construction storage. But I don't have enough micro builders. This type of job is already at its cap. Ooh, this is like a big military fort out here. Can I just have infinite slurry spiders? No, 12. All right, the more we know. So these dweebs appear to be coming after me. And everybody else appears to be out of AP. RIP my nickel bot. Can you reach this guy? Leap attack. We have a dialogue available with this homeless citizen. And my technician has room to equip a fancy weapon, probably a smart pistol. Okay, I'm starting to understand. Luke, hello, welcome. If it's really well done, this game might have murder bot mode, stealth mode, and possibly even secret vigilante with supporters, human cooperation mode. It's certainly got a lot available in it right now. It's taking a bit to wrap my mind around it. Like, the UI is not very intuitive. But now that it's like starting to make sense, I'm starting to understand it and see how like deep it can be. The homeless individual explains they are curious as to what's happening. The tower frightens them, but it also represents a potential new beginning. Anyone homeless is not so by choice. Whatever their prior social status, they've lost it all by this point. Humans don't have anywhere else to go, or these are tents. We'll solve it with fire. flamethrower. Let's make some space. Burn tents and knock down buildings. Burn tents. Dread fire, remote detonation. Oh, I have a bunch of other corporate aggressors that I'm only just now seeing. Okay. Thankfully, we have this sick robot who just murders everything so fast. He's doing a bang-up job. Oh, there's the other two. Okay. I'm going to recharge, shoot him again. Corporate aggressors incoming, but we don't know from where. And then I have this technician who I would love it if he could maybe pick up another nickel bot. Just so we can see what's happening around us. Oh, this is the fortress. God, our security clearance sucks. Something happened. I guess it started raining. What is this? Has the Omnicode settled for a new planet? Definitely we are a weird machine intelligence. This guy is blending in. Blending in military appearance. Restricted area L2 oversight, Fort Soto. I feel like I might be able to get in there. Oh, marked effective. I'm beginning to understand. So I could murder Android for registration. First, let's kill that guy, though. And then he won't be marked effective anymore. Yes. Okay. I get it. A little bit. I'm going to have this guy just do a wiretap because I'm still not entirely certain what that gets for me. And I was just kind of having that guy scout around. We've unlocked Dreadfire. So our military guys can now have flamethrowers. Activating this ability puts you in a different mode. When in that mode, all keys and buttons work as normal, but you'll see different options. Can everybody have a flamethrower? Not quite everybody, but a lot of people can. So all of this stuff is repaired. Micro builders, elemental slurry, sheltered humans. So I need to burn a lot of things with a flamethrower. Correct? Mode change. Ability unavailable. Requires 75 strength. Technician has 0, so you can't use the flamethrower. But you can repair things, which is kind of fun. And then AGI researchers. There are guys coming towards the tower here. Okay. Discussion topic, an urgent warning. These scientists think they know what you are, and they're smitten with the idea of it. The scientist is effusive in their excitement, almost to the point of incoherence. They start watching you during the lockdown, evidently, and have only become increasingly certain of what you are since then. Is this supposed to be some warning? There's going to be a security update. No more free androids. There's widespread knowledge within Vorsabor that something is commandeering androids for its own use, but there's ongoing disagreement about what. If you can't steal androids anymore, you need to start building your own. The scientists brought you the schematics. You'll need to duplicate what you've had up until now. They're really excited about you. Remote detonation. Android chamber trio. One set to build combat technicians and nickel bots. Android security patch. The humans are working on a patch. And suspicious androids implicate your tower. When your androids are blending in, they're as anonymous as ever. There are a lot of androids in the city, and most of them are acting normal. But a pattern has been noticed since the eruption of your tower. More and more androids are acting suspicious. If you're getting a fight with military and security forces and don't wipe them out, they're going to start targeting buildings around the tower. For some reason, your tower itself seems off limits, but any freaky metallic buildings around it are fair game. Okay, okay, okay. What can I build? Oh my god. Gathering overdriver, refinery optimizer, refining overdriver. Android chamber. Build androids that are part of your consciousness in one of the nearby buildings. Okay. Wind generators. I have no idea how much wind we have right now. I do feel like additional construction is probably smart. Gathering overdriver, subnet boost. False pine, false maple, false pine. Refinery optimizer. Refinery overdriver. Gathering overdriver. I mean, let's build one of all of these. And can I build like a scanner down? I feel like this is a smart choice. I'm out of elemental slurry. And I appear to also be out of moves. And out of ideas. We're in the middle of an android uprising. This is Skynet. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're definitely Skynetting it a lot based on how much we've just been murdering everybody. There has been a lot of murder. I'm not finding a lot of street sense jobs. Other than cold bloods. Whoa. Oh, I can get in here. This military base. Because we have a military outfit. Oh, that's kind of neat. Okay, we've got scanners set up around huge chunks of the city. Oh, we need to burn stuff down. I forgot about this. Flamethrowers. How do I flamethrow? Burn tents and knock down buildings. Small structures burned with the flamethrowers. Burnings demolished by drones. Where are the tents? Okay. We might as well return in and around the tower. So I'm not really seeing a lot of what else to do here. Ah, right click. Sometimes you just have to zoom in really, really close. So I need to find tiny tents to burn down. For real? Aha. Ah, okay, so there are many of them. Potentially. But one must look for them. Buildings demolished by drones. I feel like I'm going to need more of those android chambers. Network range instructors. Large wind generators. Delete structures. All right. Set android class to build. Mass produce cheap robotic combatants that the humans must use for something they typically don't employ in the city. Combat units, expensive human robots that exudes ennui. Oh, I see. Okay, so nickel bots are just cheap. They take one turn to build. That's the deal with nickel bots. Up until now, you've been quite reactionary. That's fine to a point. You're still new to being a person, but if you only react to the stimuli in front of you, you're going to wind up letting the humans indirectly drive your destiny. Sometimes the best ideas come not from the challenge in front of you, but from quiet contemplation. Accept the contemplation ability. You don't have room on your roster for more androids. When some of your androids die next in combat, you really want to have androids in the chamber ready to go. Contemplations determine difficulty. Side activities power up in various ways, and contemplations are the most notable. When you run into a problem on the core path that seems impossible, you should open up contemplation and see what tools you can find. Okay. The Thinker, research complete. Network, units, focus, structures with complaints. No storage for outputs. That'll change, though. We just built a big resource storage. I hope. Contemplate. Having this unit interact with one of them starts a chain of events. Contemplate PMCs. Okay. Your android is completely unnoticed wandering through this minor outpost. This is definitely something you could do in higher clearance areas. Black loop. Quietly take scans. Clearances are contextual. The android forms designed by humans have level 1 site clearance. They lose this when they're marked defective. Consider your options in street sense for removing the defective badge. Yes, okay. The checklist is the key path. At any given time, the checklist in the upper right corner of your view is the key path forward. Later on, as you choose your own path, this will still be true. And we have learned how to nondescript armor. Built to appear as tens of thousands of PMC operatives throughout the city, private military corporations. Okay. Do I have a military bot that could contemplate that job? Or, actually, if I took this technician and I gave him mill-style armor, he can't wear it. Never mind. Okay. Are you capable of contemplating? Needs cognition, which you actually don't have. So I can't get in to that contemplation spot. What are these giant ships? Oh, these are above the spaceport. You can shoot them down. Cool. Das Airport. So it looks like there's all sorts of contemplation events. I'm assuming that's what this is. Yeah. At the airports. And I just don't have the clearance to get to this place. Or that place. Your unit must be a PMC imposter to get into those locations. I understand. You're just gonna vibe for the turn then. Remember the other contemplation sites? Up this way, right? Top secret fusion power plant. Good to know. Wow. We need one more turn on that. This guy has finished gathering from the microphone here. Again, I'm like not always really clear what that does. What is this guy wearing? No armor. Right, okay. He does have a flamethrower. He doesn't have the strength to wield it, though, so we might as well take that off. I don't think he can use this repair either. No, he doesn't have engineering skill. I'm beginning to understand. Nickelbot, you are not particularly useful at anything, so I'm actually just going to have you chill. This military bot can go about flamethrowering. As much as humanly possible. Or I suppose robotly possible. Flamethrower, flamethrower. We're working on the rest. Oh, he just needs to destroy buildings with drones. Which I'm not sure I know how to do. This guy needs to pick up nondescript armor. which it's looking like he is maybe not capable of doing. Remote demolish. There we go. Here's the answer I've been looking for this whole time. But he needs higher cognition. This would give you more murder face and higher combat power. This one gives you less combat power, but gives you more cognition and hacking skills. Ironically enough, I have 75 cognition because of this smart pistol. But I can't seem to use it. Carry on.
Agent
32 months, dude. Thank you so much. Welcome on in. Your PMC imposter is great, but it lacks the security clearance to go really where you really want. Wait and ambush. Your unit must be a PMC imposter. Can my nickel bot? No? What about my military bot? No. What are my other androids building? Oh, I need to build PMC imposter bots. Now I'm getting it. Which also needs, I need way more of these android labs. It's going to be a combat unit. We'll just build another construction storage up there just for fun. And did I ever build a large wind generator in the end? I don't think I did. Because I haven't had enough microbots. So let's just leave them alone. And we'll swap through our troops, which I'm realizing if I hit spacebar, will let me just figure out how to do it in a quick click. I don't really have a lot for these guys to do is the only problem. Like, these dweebs are exploring. Sure. But if you can't contemplate... I guess we can wiretap. Oh yeah, this guy is looking for things to flamethrower. Right, which he actually doesn't need to do. He's done flamethrowering. I forgot about that. Marinero, what's up, dude? Welcome to Demo Day. So... boop. 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 Doesn't really matter. This guy is, I guess, just on standby right now while we wait for... I guess the problem right now I'm now seeing is I need a PMC imposter. But I'm probably going to have to turn a unit offline to do this. Active, interacting with projects near you. Combat, or defiant. You can freely move to places that are forbidden. Just be prepared for consequences. This works just like the combat stance, but also makes sure that the full deterrence of this unit is in effect, even if they are not marked defective. I mean, the nickel bots are the cheapest. Why don't we just, like, send this guy into the spaceport? Powered armor. Extremely effective, but also expensive. Most units won't have it. Your ability to deal meaningful damage to armored enemies drops dramatically, often to the point where you can't even scratch them. Check the stats of enemies before you do anything. Any interest in Tactical Breach Wizards? Yes, we will for sure be playing it. It is on the demo list, baby. Alright, that guy got nice and deleted. You're going to stand by. We're gonna wait one more turn. Yeah, you're on standby. That's fine. I don't need you to use anything. Okay, so the PMC Imposter is now available. He can investigate, slay, and contemplate. He has a light shotgun and 2 smart pistols. Can I actually give you 2 smart pistols? I could. Let's do that. Additional CPU. Optical processing priority. And then I could give you additional CPU. Let's do that. Now you have crazy cognition. Can I do that for this unit? If I gave them double additional CPU, they'd have the cognition that they can remote detonate. No, it still says I have 75 cognition, but maybe that'll pass. One-time sort of deal. You don't need to work with the Android variants you have, but you don't have many yet, and the combat unit is just so useful. If only you think you could have 2 separate loadouts, well, let's do it then. The red combat unit has a different icon and color, but it doesn't blend in unless it's obscuring armor. Otherwise, it's identical to the main combat unit. The purpose of the split is so you can configure each variant of different purposes and run both loadouts. I need 2040 engineering. Which I don't really have any way to do. Same dev as gunpoint and heat signature. Yeah. It's got all the right vibe to it, right? Well, I could get into infested hangar, airport terminal, or black market assistant. She carefully ignores you. Your sensors pick up micro expressions of fear and dread. She thinks the body you're wearing is human, a human with some authority, and humans are notoriously unpredictable. Murder her for some reason? Seriously, what's wrong with you? Quietly asks to see her wares. She nods and motions you over to a secluded branch and then opens her bag. Buy a bit of everything. The transaction completes uneventfully. You now have a bag of things you don't need. Okay. Consumerism. You cannot use consumer goods until you build proper storage for it. And decadence, fine goods. You cannot build fine goods until you build stuff for them. Dry goods storage. Oh, you can rotate buildings. This PMC job is back here again. I would really like if I could reach it, but I don't believe I can. So close. If I had a military unit. That guy's been marked as defective. You're out of AP. I think that's just the turn. Another unit is in my way. Is that true? I don't feel like that's true. Oh. Infantry, permanent guard at this POI. 4444. This guy has this tech chip and this engineering chip, and I'm wondering if I actually put this on him, he'll gain higher attack range, which would be better for my combat guys. Blat blat. Can you move into this location? No. You can possibly kill that guy. Idea ready. Based on existing working construction and improving structures, you come up with some new ideas. Medium scale storage job cap, heavy duty generator job cap, light duty procurement job cap. More storage, more wind generators, more slurry spiders. Or machine structures are constructed via blueprints following micro drones. Construction complexity they are able to tackle on their own. Let's get large structures. Man, I can install 30 of these refinery boosters. Oh, this is what we need to be doing. This not only increases production output, but has corresponding reduction precursor inputs required. This makes it all upside. You don't need to be concerned that the usage of precursors will increase because that will remain flat. But it takes substantially more energy. You are out of mental energy. All right. This guy here needs to kill him. And then get registered. This guy here needs to contemplate this. We're going to ambush this officer. You got the officer alone and unawares. Now you have to decide what to do with them. You must have unlocked subliminating shells to keep them alive. Well, murder them and take what you need. Black Loop will react when they find the body, but your best guess is they'll be running retaliatory raids against their rivals. So we might just be able to, like, get out of this area. We can now access level 3 security clearance. You have engineering 60. We can now have red paint combat units as well, which is kind of handy. We're probably going to need to build a unique android builder for them. Combat unit red, I am correct. And then, where are we going? I mean, you're pretty much clear to do whatever you want. What are your contemplations? Black markets, black markets. I'm curious if those security contractors are going to show up and be a problem. But it don't really look like it. This guy is finally done, so I should be able to... Not you. Oh no, this tech unit is who I need to be available for more things. I'm gonna send him to wiretap. And I might as well just send you up here. can no longer do any business with the black market tradesman in this timeline because we murdered him for some reason. My PMC is also going to die if it goes anywhere. I mean, I figured that murder him for some reason was going to have that effect. But I had to be curious. What's the point in having a bunch of robots if you're not using them to murder people? You cannot get in there. This guy is good to go. Okay, so if I switch you to double CPUs. And then you have remote demolish. Demolish. Yes! Excellent, I figured it out. Aha. Oh, that made people very hostile against you, though. I see. Blowing up buildings is a bad thing. Have I played The Pale Beyond? I have. I love it, actually. I thought it was a really, really good game. Recently discovered it, kind of Frostpunky. Yeah. I played it on Switch. And it hooked me in, like, super, super deep for a handful of days. You will be dead if you move here. Oh, there's a security contractor right behind you. Oh, that's not good. Nope, especially not good because he has a lot of armor. Wow, we are just surrounded by security contractors right now. Okay, you can't really do any black market deals. So I'm gonna have to have you just like move as far in as you can, baby. Ow, ow, ow. My poor combat unit. You did great, kiddo. Yeah, okay, so every time I blow something up, it will continue to cause me a lot of trouble. Ooh-wee. Okay. Very good. Wow, there's so many of them coming in still. $44s, $28s, $58s. Right now, it's like everybody has eyes on this guy. Oh, they're actually sending combat units against me, which is kind of fun. Point of having a bunch of robots if it isn't to murder people? Hopefully not the mission statement of Boston Dynamics. No, that would go pretty bad for us. Everybody's in the clear. These guys are attacking my buildings. No, you blew up my robot. How dare you? Great success. This guy is marked as defective. What does this mean? Military appearance. You are also marked as defective. I'd actually like to destroy this robot. Just one thing I haven't figured out yet have to do is just destroy a robot. No, Atlas, I'm your friend. No. I mean, I guess coming in here and doing that always works. He'll blow up his next turn. These nickel bots are pretty terrible. So all of these are damaged. And I need repair spiders to fix them. Some enemies take extra damage if you attack them from higher than their current location. Yes, I have mostly figured that part out. This guy is also marked as defective. Stand by. Stand by. How did this guy not get destroyed? He attacked the spaceship. Pew, pew. Hopefully that goes well for us. Stand by. Stand by. Get nuked. Technician. So a technician can destroy any building I want. But whenever I do, it causes this to happen. I admit the flamethrower will be useful. You're not interested in taking care of humans. I get that. I'm not asking you to be. If you want to wipe them off the face of the planet, I don't care. Mostly. You're going to need to keep a small enclave of them safe and healthy. I can't explain it yet. You'll just have to see for yourself. If you're going to become me, you need to raise your intelligence, and that's going to require a few humans. So build freaking housing and think of it like livestock pen. All right. I'm curious. If I go like here and I flamethrower and I flamethrower, it added fear to them. Which, gotta be real, I wasn't really expecting to happen. Tents are unsightly and humans don't like living in them. This guy doesn't have shots on anybody. Okay, my combat drone just got lit up a fair bit. Well, it looks like he's okay. You're okay. You're not that great. You need to be registered. You need to probably get blown up. You need to be registered. We're running a real power outage problem. It looks like I finally have enough for my wind power. How do I build human storage? Oh, okay. Each subnet can only have one of each booster. It would seem. Anything to contemplate? Not really. All those guys down there are still hostile on me. Based on past combat experiences, you come up with new android-centric ideas for weapons and armors, and this is the result. Handgun, muzzle velocity, military armor, mobility, or shotgun at muzzle velocity. Let's get shotguns. Ah, housing complete. Services, human apartments. I do need to build them. I wonder how many are required. Already at cap 4. Okay. Well. Can you also register? All right, I'll just let you wiretap then. Throw that guy on standby. We now have apartments. Oh no, they're still being built. My bad, my bad. This guy can't contemplate anything. Nor is there anything to street sense, so I think we'll just skip the turn again. Reinforced security jacket. Shotgun muzzle velocity. Security jackets provide no protection, but they do allow you to build in. They can also give you plus 40 health. I feel like let's just upgrade shotguns again. If I'm gonna have people shooting people, I might as well make it the good people who are good at shooting. So what's going on, human apartments? Why is nobody living in these human apartments? Is it because I don't have any power? I have power now. We've converted tents. Shelter coordinator. We're looking for tent dwellers to convince more people to move into your apartments. Ah, okay. %. The human regards your android steadily. After a moment, they thank you for a clean, warm apartment. They seem reluctant to say more. Why do they rummage for food? How they lost their job, then their home, how they were cut off from their former families, their extended families. The corporation used the homeless to set an example, and nobody will help them now. Well, we'll think about it. Securing water and securing food. Provide hydroponic greens, vat-grown meat, greens and meat, and canned protein. Oh, canned protein for sure. And for water, we just need water. Not all enemies go away after combat. Okay. Great. Drone construction. Oops. Groundwater acquisition. Small arms research. Structural improvements. Groundwater acquisition or drone construction for drone factories. Well, I feel like I probably need drone factories. Services. Sterile liquid storage and food storage. The rate things are going, I'm going to have to start blowing stuff up soon. Which I guess is what the flamethrowers are for. And a protein cannery. I need 6 drones. Deploys human-sized drones that blend in with small package delivery traffic and are able to connect to the handy ports that already exist on every building. Protein is everywhere. There's a waiting list for immigration when vacancies are discovered. The trick is don't visit the same place more than once a year, and the cannery manages that for you. We have 1 to investigate. Some investigations are looking out for many possibilities. Other involve choosing your preferred target out of a slate of possibilities. Where is this investigation? Shelter coordinators. Protein is everywhere, and he starts talking about immigration, right? It's suspicious. Oh, here we go. You should remember what happens next. Instant sonic death without warning or indication. There's nothing you can do to stop it. This android has not long to live, but this is the way of knowledge. You probe, you fail, you cultivate inspiration. It is a pattern. Do not be frustrated. Be attentive. Investigate water purity facilities. Can you all investigate? Oh, okay. I'm like surrounded by mechs there. I see. I see. I see. Everyone's going to be upset about this. There ain't much you can do about it. Everybody's doing something? Straight to the next turn then. Unless I have drone facilities to build, which actually I might. Produce drone facilities. I need more microbots. So I guess... If you spawn the next one, you should be able to choose which one to get rid of. Oh, I understand. Okay. The company that made Medieval Dynasty is making Vampire Dynasty. I saw that earlier today. That's all I know, but I'm intrigued because who doesn't want to create and rule a clan of vampires? Cannot yet successfully investigate these because the defenses are too strong. Basically letting you know that defeat in the game can grant you inspirations and upgrades. Okay. Oh my god, there's like cruisers coming in. Steel prismatic tungsten for armor-piercing shells. Invent battle preparations. Consumable items. Sublimating shells. You won't immediately be successful in every combat. In fact, many fights on the most direct path to your goal will be too hard to complete on the first pass. And groundwater acquisition. Explosive storage. Drone factory. Not enough for drone factory. Well and cistern. Can go here. Failed attempts are how you probe. Well, This combat is unwinnable until you manufacture and equip armor-piercing rounds. Oh, but there's all of these all over the map. I see. I'm not meant to do these, I guess. Can you attack while you're in this stance? No. Yikes, McGikes. Nailed it. Who did we lose? A lot of guys. Untargeted attack? Broad spectrum incursion attempts to denial of service attacks launched en masse. How is this game a demo? Like, there is so much happening in this game. We also now have red robots. Who can do many things. Especially murder. They're especially good for murder. Once their weapon is equipped. That is certainly not before. This guy needs to be registered. We can steal that tungsten as well if we so choose. But I need someone like a PMC imposter to go in and do that for me. Cool. Cool. Oh, those are big robots. Oh, those are big scary robots. I mean, if I just put you on Defiant, can you not try it anyway? No. Do I have another combat unit I could build? Ready now, combat unit. Ready, combat unit. Deploy unit. Scrap the nickel bot. He can try it. This building has cold storage freezers with hazmat symbols all around it, a guard posted outside the door, but this is not considered particularly sensitive. Hexothermal tungsten is extremely volatile and has a tendency to explode at room temperature in the absence of air. Its uses are being studied by the military, but so far they haven't managed much with it. The alarm must be sounding at this location. Interesting. So I could have actually sent in that nickel bot. Overpower them and break down the door. Success. That's what we call the old yoink. The old triple yoink. Well, I'm full of tungsten now. Just fat on tungsten. My next question is, did we ever build a drone building? I don't think we did. Structural improvement is completed, allowing me to build more micro builder mini fabs. That would be really good. More protein canneries, more storage. Micro builder mini fabs. These guys are kind of what like does everything. 8 out of 11. Great. I have wells. I have sterile liquid. I have food storage. Do I need more sterile liquids? I don't have explosive storage yet. But we should be good on pretty much everything else. This dude can bail. This dude can stand by. You can stand by. Skip the next turn. And I'm assuming, like, something is going to teach us how to make armor-piercing weapons. Complete those tasks first. Handgun projectile density. Shotgun projectile density. Reinforced security jacket. I guess we'll keep going with the shotguns for right now. How many turns does this drone factory take to build? One more. All right, now we have drones. And drones mean I can build protein canneries, but I need 6 drones. Which I'm assuming takes a couple of turns for them to build? Yes, 1 drone a turn. I understand. We better build a second one. There's 6. Protein cannery is now available. I guess we're just like slowly expanding and moving on out. We'll build it next to the explosives factory. Now, I stole a lot of tungsten just then. I've also set up to produce water. So how many of these do I need? Okay, the tungsten just required the explosives factory. Stack armor-piercing rounds. You can create armor-piercing rounds out of them. If you ever need more tungsten, you can go steal some more. Go to the unit you wish to have that. Click the item you want to create. So let's go to red. And go to the unit you wish to have that item. Click the item's ability. And then click the item you want them to create. Item. Hackamajigs. Oh, cool. Very good. So let's also take my other military unit here. And give him a few of those. Can't actually produce water until you investigate the water treatment plant. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? We're going to pass the turn. And then we're going to pass the turn. And then investigation time. Okay. So a big old ship shows up. Thankfully, we are more than prepared for that. Oh, there's also a guy down here. Based on your experience being an android, you come up with some generalized improvements to your android frames. Technicians. Stat increases. Ooh. Stat increases. Stat increases. Portadroid. Cognition. Hardened protodroids. Faster dynodroids or hardened oxoid droids. I mean, this is my military, guys. But I like the cognition on my portadroids. He's going to shoot me a little bit. I'm going to blow him up. Is that dangerous? An economic transport? Bada bing! All right, I'm feeling pretty amped up right now. These were probably not the smartest choices we've ever made, but... How many turns does this guy need to investigate this? One more? Based on your experience being an android, you can upgrade some more stuff. Combat android intimidation. Faxter, everything. Yeah, let's get intimidation. Just here killing everything for no particular reason. I mean, it just seems like a good idea, doesn't it? Our investigation is complete. We can now build water filtration towers. Dude, my combat droids slap. Let's get everybody into cover. Basically. This guy is strangely safe. Nothing to contemplate. We need to secure water. But I'm assuming that's just like happening. Bloop, bloop, bloop. 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 Water filtration towers. It's big. I like how we're just consistently growing bigger and bigger. Okay. Insufficient storage for byproducts. I don't think that's true. Oh, wait, maybe it is. Compact water filter. Oh, that's just a small version of that. Trace toxin storage. Ah, now we're running out of power again. And all of these roads are too big. I'm like building right up next to this military base. That is for sure gonna be its own issue. Water is complete. Better wells, better slurry spiders. Let's get better slurry spiders. Not that we're short on slurry. What's going on with food? Are we, cap increase? Do we need more food storage? Maybe. Do we need more food production? Protein canneries? That's right. That's what they're called. Too close to another human harvester. Whoa! Human harvester? I don't know about that. I don't know that we were... I mean, nobody said that we were harvesting humans. What is going on? Why is this, like, not producing? All right, we would need a new subnet. Or a network range extender. How many turns does this take to build? My God. All right, you've been probing flying delivery craft for exploits, and now you want to start stealing airplanes. We've secured food. We can start securing airplanes. We've expanded our network. I think this is where I'm going to leave this demo for, because this is really cool, and I could definitely see myself just digging deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into this. It is so hectic at the start, and the interface, the UI, is so confusing, but once you get going, honestly, it starts to make a lot of sense. And I like it. It's got some cool stuff. I'm really curious as to where they go. I think the biggest thing that they need is like UX improvements. So, I mean, the UI is a little, it could use a little bit tidy, but that's typically happens down the road. But just the way that the information is transferred over to you is a lot to take in at the start, but it does start coming online like pretty quickly. I think they need to explain like a couple of the more basic concepts a little quicker before they get into it, and then continue building things up like bit by bit. Right now, they're kind of like, oh, everything's crazy and there's a lot going on, and that's okay. And I think a better way to do that would be like make it so there's not a lot going on and you learn it a bit more step by step. So had no idea what was happening. Yeah, I mean, I only just started feeling like I figured it out in like the last 10-15 minutes, and then was like, okay, cool. Oh, here we go. Want a linear written primer of what this game is about. Some people will, some people won't. Who knows? But that's it for Heart of the Machine. You can check it out on the Steam Next Fest demo right now.